Good afternoon. My name is Adrienne Foos, and I'm an assistant professor of marketing at St. Bonaventure University. Today I'll present my paper titled Teaching Generation Z Social Media Marketing, a Micro-Influencer Project. Undergraduate students today belong to Generation Z, a cohort born approximately between 1997 and 2012. While millennials, such as myself, came of age as social media pioneered and adapted to the digital lifestyle, Gen Z are truly digital natives. Their cultural experience revolves around social media. For marketing professors of an older generation, teaching Gen Z in their digital world can be daunting. Digital immigrants must learn to engage digital natives in developing strategic skills in their own cultural landscape. Professors teaching social media marketing quickly learned that to teach social media, one must immerse oneself in social media as well as accept the likelihood that students will be more knowledgeable and comfortable in some aspects of social media than the professor. Experiential student projects are recommended to engage Gen Zers' natural interactivity, connectivity, and creativity in learning how to use social media for marketing. Students perceive the use of social media in the classroom as more relevant for real-life applications they will need to develop their own careers. The following paper details an individual project implemented in a 35-student social media marketing class at a small private Catholic university in the Mid-Atlantic region of the United States in fall 2018. The social media marketing class project directed students to act as micro-influencers by building an online personal brand. Micro-influencers are online personalities with between 5,000 to 100,000 followers on a social media platform. Micro-influencers are sponsored by brands to promote their products through word of mouth on the micro-influencers' personal social media vehicles. They earn about $500 for a single social media post to longer-term, more lucrative ambassadorships. Micro-influencers have smaller audiences than traditional celebrities. However, studies show that they have a large influence over their followers. Consumers are influenced by micro-influencers because they seem more trustworthy, relatable, and authentic than traditional celebrities, and followers feel a close connection and relationship to micro-influencers. While students were not expected to actually become micro-influencers during the project, they were expected to build a micro-influencer style personal brand. Acting as a micro-influencer is not far-fetched, because at the time of the project I had several students working as successful micro-influencers in other classes. As seen here, one of my former students is a professional micro-influencer. Personal branding involves using branding strategies and tactics to manage one's reputation. In essence, personal branding encompasses identifying and expressing one's own unique attributes to create a cohesive professional narrative. Personal branding was used for this social media marketing project not strictly for job market preparation, but for experimenting with and applying social media marketing principles. The primary purpose was for students to have complete control in building a brand on social media platforms, with a secondary purpose of helping students practice managing their online impressions. For the project discussed subsequently, influencer marketing and personal branding served as foundational concepts to frame the students' approach. The project was called Personal Branding Project and was worth 20% of the students' overall grade. The instructions in the syllabus stated that students would create and implement their own social media marketing strategy and build and monitor their digital identity. Students had to express their personal brand through both a short-form social media vehicle such as Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, or Pinterest, linked to a long-form social media vehicle such as a blog. Students launched their personal brand in the 5th week of class and were required to spend 6 weeks posting to their accounts and monitoring their brands using concepts from the textbook, which is Social Media Marketing by Tootin and Solomon, 2018, to guide their decisions. Their deliverable was 6 weekly diary entries to the class's Slack channel, reflecting on their strategic decisions and results. Prior to launching their personal brand, they were asked to spend several weeks doing background work to help choose their theme, social media handle, domain URL, relevant hashtags, values they wanted to portray, and accounts they should follow. The first weekly entry they were expected to explain their choices for these decisions, and the final diary entry was expected to summarize their key takeaways and overall feedback on the assignment. Other than regularly posting to the social media vehicles and diary entries, they were given complete freedom in implementing the project. To prepare for the course, I created and ran several social media accounts over the summer, as well as blogs, to test the strategies and tactics recommended by the book. The purpose of requiring a long-format social media vehicle, such as a blog, was to give the students experience building a website, creating content, and implementing strategies and tactics from their textbook related to social publishing. For example, creating meaningful content and linking blogs to social media accounts should drive traffic both ways. The topics for themes chosen ranged from fashion, makeup, news, sports, travel, destinations, pets, music, photography, hobbies, food, and female empowerment. The students all put in quite a bit of work designing their blogs to fit aesthetically with their themes. For students with well-developed themes, the long format of the blog offered them the opportunity to expand on the short captions of their Instagram page or the word count restrictions of their Twitter page. Some students posted detailed tutorials, reviews, and advice columns, interviewed others to feature on their blogs, or created whimsical narratives of their experiences. Students less strategic in developing their themes struggled to expand upon the short format of their other social media platforms. The short format social media vehicles allowed students to execute their influencer strategy daily. They segmented, targeted, and interacted with social media consumers and built social communities, created and promoted content, and some even engaged in social commerce. Most students chose Instagram to reach their targeted followers and because of the visual nature of their chosen themes. There were no requirements about how frequently students should post to their social media accounts. However, they were expected to follow the norms for the platform. Slack is a free collaboration application that can be installed on desktops and mobile phones. A Slack workspace was created for the course and students were added. Slack conversations were organized into channels by using hashtags. The students posted their weekly diary entries in the hashtag Personal Brand Diaries channel. All students could read and respond to others' posts. I actively posed questions, offered suggestions, and commented on several reflection posts each week. The students were given general instructions to post a weekly diary, including an explanation of the decisions they made in the previous week, the strategic rationale for those decisions, an explanation of the results and performance of their decisions, and their overall reflection of the lessons learned that week. In the fourth week of the project, students were randomly paired with a feedback buddy to provide an ungraded peer assessment. The students were directed to view each other's social media vehicles and post a compliment and a critique to the Slack channel. This exercise allowed students to learn from each other and become more engaged with their classmates' work. To encourage engagement and further reinforce learning course concepts, I asked the students to share some reflections during class at the beginning of each week. For their final diary entry, students were asked to provide additional feedback about their overall experience of the project. Those successes, challenges, and overall feedback are detailed in the next few slides. The reflections of their decision-making process and the successes and challenges of their strategies and tactics provided evidence of student learning. The weekly Slack diary entries were assessed by the students' ability to document strategic decisions informed by multiple sources of knowledge, the results of those decisions, and a reflection of the results. I emphasized that the success of their social media vehicles, measured by their followers, likes, shares, etc., had no bearing on their grade. It was the iterative process of learning through trial, error, and reflection that mattered. In their final diary entry, students detailed what drove their successes during the project. Many students struggled with their choice of theme because they had difficulty articulating their strengths and interests others could connect and find valuable. During the pre-launch phase of the project, I often pushed students to think about their own value proposition, which should be specific and differentiable. Many students used analytics to their advantage. They explained finding that the timing of posts affected their impressions. To maximize reach and generate new followers, students found linking between accounts, tagging locations and other accounts, choosing trending hashtags, and using relevant keywords enhance their social media efforts. Engagement involves interacting with your social community. Students found it important not only to follow other accounts, but also to share posts, comment on other posts, and respond to comments on their posts. Finally, students found that taking a personal tone helped them connect with their followers. Every day in class, students mentioned how surprisingly difficult they found the project. They stated that they underestimated how time-consuming planning and content creation would be. They also underestimated how difficult it would be to create quality images and other aspects of content. Another set of challenges for students related to acquiring and maintaining followers. Many students began the project by encouraging their friends and family members to follow their accounts. However, to reach and acquire unknown followers, the students had to produce valuable content with the appropriate social media optimization tactics. Finally, students struggled with balancing the tone of their content. Successful micro-influencers adeptly balanced authenticity and fantasy, intimacy and formality. In their overall feedback of their experience with the project, students frequently mention the words journey. They felt the weekly diary reflections helped them process what they learned and stay engaged throughout the 6-week project duration. Students viewed the project as an opportunity to learn strategy, career-relevant skills, and the inner workings of platforms usually hidden from their experience as social media users. Many students plan to work as social media marketers or digital strategists, so the project directly related to building experience necessary for job market and career success. This project, as an assignment for a social media marketing class, is recommended for professors desiring to give their students real hands-on experience with social media marketing. Thank you for your time. My name again is Adrian Foos. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to contact me at afoos@sbu.edu. Thank you.